I'm crawling under the city of angels. I'm further from my own. The lights grow stronger, the fight moves under. I'm breaking under fire. No one will hold you, hold you. Every time I look into your eyes, I see this angel deep inside. You've gone away, so far away from me. A special engagement, she lights up the pavement. She pays her till to the throne. She calls a man on the phone and says, I'm not coming home. Another lonely soul to please. You told me it's what you want. Every time I look into your eyes, I see this angel deep inside. You've gone away, so far away. Every day I seem to realize you save me from this fight inside. You've gone away, so far away from me. Keep holding on, keep holding on to me. I don't know what went wrong. I can't believe she's gone. I can't breathe now that you're gone. She's gone away to the city. She's gone away to the lights. She's gone away. She's gone away to the city. She's gone away to the lights. She's gone away. In the city of angels, the city of angels. You've gone away, so far away. In the city of angels, the city of angels. You've gone away, so far away from me. When you lay in a state of continuous numb, a great sin of a pessimist love. In this world we are all never ending. It's only real when we all keep pretending. How it all began, it's over now. Show you how we never tried. Maybe I'm dreaming, maybe I'm disappearing, fighting history. One day you'll see me run out of all these feelings, lost in memories. Someone say that we're all meant to weather the storm. describe what happens with you tonight. You open your eyes and realize nothing was what it seems, but I'm still with you in your dreams. 'Cause I am the monster in your mind, the reason for the sleepless night. I'm the monster.
What is going on, everyone? We do not have long to qualifying starts. Before qualifying starts, we are on your points leader. Only 2 races in. 24, Jacob Black. Ethan, you got a copy, man. How soon do you start worrying about leading in the points, especially if you don't have a win going into the playoffs?
Well, I mean, I'd worry about it a lot, because if you don't win, you're probably not going to have a good shot at the playoffs, unless if you're Ryan Newman. But it can go either way.
Either Jacob getting tight coming off of turn 2. That's something we'll be seeing all night tonight.
I think something we're going to be seeing is people getting tight on old tires who run the top.
There's some new names I'm seeing up top too there, Ethan. The 47, 16, and 00. I do not recall being in the last 2 races, so I believe those are brand new guys to MDOT this race. Let's actually go ahead and take a lap around the track with the 00 when he grids up. See how his car handles from cockpit view.
The 24 is qualifying at the moment.
See that?
Yeah, he's on his out lap right now. We'll see how good his qualifying laps are. Heard a little bit from him earlier, and he said that he feels like he's pretty fast. He's pretty confident.
Yeah, man, we got 55 laps go here in Michigan. So about 110 miles. It's not a short race, but it's not a very long race either. I believe it's only 1 pit stop to the end. And if it's anything like we saw at Chicagoland, there should be some fireworks. Jacob, he's already getting a little loose on the high side here. I know from experience, when I run Michigan, during race, I try to stay above that black tar strip, where you want to call it. It goes all the way around the track in that low lane. Try to stay above that about a half a lane.
Yeah, I was in the car myself for a few laps. I tried going down there, and
and he gets loose.
Oh no!
And that really hurts. He can reset right here, but you want those first 2 laps, your warm up lap, and your first initial qualifying lap to really warm those tires up. Let's go ahead and hop on board with the 47. He's about to hop out for his first run.
So what I was saying is that when you try and drive the low lane, it's very, very, very loose down there. It's hard to get on the throttle. It's very difficult, and I'll be surprised if some guys are able to do it.
We got the 21 of Bobby Pasalic, another new guy this week. So far with that pole position of 31.75. But we're on board with the 47 of Skylor Carnes, who posted the fastest lap in practice. See what he can do here in his first lap. The time start coming in. You see last week's winner, Dusty Applin. Dusty Applin, there we go. So far in P4, as the 16 of Johnny Brugg takes that qualifying position away from Mr. Skylor, a whole 0.2 of a second. One thing I'm seeing this week, I didn't see a lot of last week, there's a big gap in times. Big gap. Last week, everyone was really close in times. We'll see as these qualifying times come in, so they're a lot closer. 47 with a 39.50, barely beating the number 16 of Johnny out there. And he still has 1 more lap to go.
There we go. Jacob Black with the 39.584. That is P3.
That's pretty good, especially since he Only really had one lap to get it done. We see the 47 come around turn 3 and 4, see if he can't better his time this time by. Does not look like it. Looks like 39.5 is where he will stand. As he beat Johnny Brugg by 0.005 seconds. That's 1/1000th of a second. That's crazy.
Yes, that is absolutely insane. I know that in racing you can't really tie, but in qualifying it's possible to tie, and it's been done before in real life. And I want to kind of see that. I want to see who gets the tiebreaker.
If I'm not mistaken, the tiebreaker is usually given to the lowest number car. So whether it be if you are in an actual official race or if you're just doing a league race. I guess that's where it comes to the advantage of having a lower number.
Oh wait, no, I looked it up. It's practice times.
Oh, interesting. So that's how it works in league races. I know official races it goes off the lowest number car. I think the number
Oh,
9
okay.
of Darrell Whitlow is still out on the track for some qualifying. Nope, he's just stopped on track. Okay.
Oh, and I guess it's for official races too. I just looked it up. That's what it says.
Anyways, we are getting ready to grid here. While they grid up, we'll go through a rundown of the starting lineup.
Wow, the 00 finished third in qualifying. Wow, what a great run from somebody we've never seen before.
So starting off in the pole position, we have Skylar Carnes. First three guys are new. I'll start that off right now. But you got Skylar Carnes in P1 coming in with 39.504. Right behind him, you got Johnny Brugg in the number 16. 00 of James Ray starts in P3. Jacob Black will be starting off in P4. Going on in third row, you got Kobe Sutphin, last week's second place finisher, starting P5. P6 is Bobby Pastelek. P7 is Eric Warman. P8 is Blake Bingham. P9 you got Grandpa Bill. Outside of him in row 5. In P10 you got Matthew Jones. Going on to row 6 you got Zane Vincent and Rob Nickel. Going on to the next group of cars, we got last week's winner has his work cut out for him, starting in P13, followed by our other winner this season, who won the Daytona race, Darrell Whitlow, starting P14. Row 8, you got Brandon Robinson on the inside. Outside of him, you got Thomas Stanley. Row 9, you got Grandpa Giberson and Ryan Simone. Row 10, Michael Gervey and Thomas Girth. Row 11, Joe Archer. And I know Corey Wakefield is not racing, but Chase Harden and Josh Grosso are racing. They are starting P23 and P24.
We have a pretty decent sized field for an Arca race today. Or
Very
tonight.
decent sized field.
Yeah, I mean, this might be, I wouldn't say the biggest, but it's, like I said, it's a great size of field, that's for sure.
As everyone's waiting for everyone to grid up, pace car should be pulling off any minute now. These guys will be getting double file line for their one little pace lap we got here for our 55 lap race here at Michigan. Third race of season 5 here in Arca. And for you guys tuning in, some interesting news over the weekend. After everyone's series is over in the beginning of December, a truck series will be starting up, and that will be these guys' next step to move up the ladder to make it to Cup. So instead of Arca to Xfinity, they're going to go Arca to Truck. And that's going to be really interesting because a lot of these guys are going to be able to go up to Truck. And it's just going to come down to who wants it and who's able to get on a team to go to Truck. It's just like Xfinity Cup, you had to be on a team to race there. That was just some news that broke over this last weekend when we had a meeting. We will have a truck series here in MDOT racing Tuesdays.
As they come down the backstretch, It looks like we're one to green, as that's what Michigan's like. We'll see what these guys can do on cold tires and what happens. And we'll see what the proper starting lane is, too. That's what we're going to learn from this. And one thing I'm kind of just dying to know is what happens when they get to the backstretch. Is there a freight train that goes on the outside? Is it like Pocono where, you know, if you're not in the draft, you lose a lot of ground as the pace car's off?
Pace car is off. We'll be coming to green, and he said it right on the dot. Cold tires are going to be a issue here tonight. These cars are very loose on this track as the green flag is out, and we are out racing here at Michigan. As it looks like the number 47 of Carnes got a great jump there. Kind of got the 16 sleeping a little bit. Now can get the inside line going. The one thing you might see a lot on this track is some 3 and possibly 4 wide racing. This track can definitely handle it. As I say that, there's already 3 wide racing going on in the back. Near the 9 of Darrell Whitlow. That was the 97 of Kobe and the number 6 machine of Rob Nickel. They were going 3 wide in turn 1. Going back to the leaders here, we got a side-by-side battle for P2 between the 00 and the 16. And this early in the race, I don't know if I want to run that bottom line with how loose these cars are. They're making it handle. They are still side-by-side going to the tri-oval. Going to turn 1 here. These 3 cars have kind of gotten about a half a second breakaway over the whole entire field. Go back to our points leader, Jacob Black here. Really fallen back a couple spots. Number 8, last week's winner. He's already moved up a decent amount of positions. He's already up to P6. Dusty Applin wasting no time getting up in the top 10 here. Jacob Black seems to be struggling a little bit.
As we can see, they've started to single file out here, and I can see why. It's because when those guys were too wide, the outside lane always did better on the straightaways because they freight train on that high line because there's more cars up there and there's more organization.
Yeah, and another thing to watch out for, I'm looking at right now, it's kind of interesting with how wide this track is. People aren't moving up a lane. You kind of see 00 there looking underneath the 47 coming out of turn 4. Almost gets in his quarter panel there. Is sticking right behind the car, going through the turns, getting stuck in that dirty air. That will definitely wear out your tires quicker than anything else, really, on a lot of the tracks we race on here on iRacing. As they are side by side for the lead to 00. We got 3 new guys, first race in the series, and they are battling out for the lead as Kobe Sutphin, he's joined the mixture here. 00 unable to get the pass complete. He'll tuck right back in behind the 47. Maybe try again, this time through 3 and 4. We're already 4 laps in.
Yeah, there's definitely a problem with that low line on the straightaways. I can see the leaders always losing ground on that low line unless if they side draft. And yeah, maybe.
Look at the 16 here. He got a big draft off the 00, and he's gonna make that keep the momentum going into turn 1. Can't quite get to the quarter panel of the 47 to get his nose in there.
The
yellow flag is out. Trying to see. It looks like the 66 is turned around on track. Oh, the number 8 involved. We'll have to go back and look what happened there. Tough break for last week's winner. Such a strong race last race. Let's go see what happened with the 66 machine. Oh, looks like the 8 just barely got in the back end of him there, sent him sideways. As whoo, oh, he did get in the wall. I don't know who that was, but someone almost made it through that wreck. We'll have to rewind that. The red car, I want to say it was the 97 machine of Robinson. Looks like he got in the wall because of some net code there. So only 3 guys involved in that caution. That's one of the great things about here at Michigan is there's so much room to avoid a wreck on that backstretch. A lot of tracks we go to, you don't have like a half-mile of room. You have about 4 lanes to work with. And here at Michigan, you have a lot of room to work with. And once a lot of people saw the smoke, they hit their brakes and they turned down low. A tough break for some of these guys. As this will bring your first caution out. You think we're going to have any takers here, Ethan?
Oh, what were you saying?
You think we're having any takers here on pit roads? Only 6 laps in?
Well, I'm listening to the radio right now, and it looks like there might be some takers. It depends. Some people might gamble, and, oh, I think nope. Yeah, no takers.
No takers at pit road. That is kind of shocking.
Oh, we have one taker.
22 to pit road, and I can imagine everyone involved in that wreck will also be coming. The 9's coming to pit road. 8
5 cars on pit road.
Should be on pit road.
I mean, they're in the back. It's not like they have anything to lose. I mean, one of those guys wasn't in the back, so it's a gamble, I guess. But he's got time. That's for sure. He's got a lot of laps left.
Yeah, and I know a track like this where it's loose, where it's really loose like this. About this time with a 5-lap green flag run is where your tires really start to come in. So you're almost second guessing yourself if you want to pit, because you haven't been out long enough for really tire wear to come into effect. By the time everyone's tires even out, you're really not gonna gain too much ground. So I think it's a good call for the leaders not pitting that time by. We see a lot of guys using their quick fixes here. We get 2 here in the Arca series. Number 8 in the Taco Bell machine, Dusty Applin, last week's winner, pulling out pit road. That was a tough break for both those guys. Both of them running the top 10. I believe they're in the 5th and 6th place at the time of the wreck. This is a very, very interesting track, though. The banking is, I don't know. Talk about the banking, man, because you think you can run faster here, but that banking can come up and bite you in the butt, especially coming out of turn 2. Oh, I guess he's not there. They will line up side by side to restart this race. We'll go green at lap 9.
Looks like we have another taker on pit road. They entered a closed pits. It was Jacob Black in the 24.
Ooh, that's going to be a tough penalty, because that is going to be a hold penalty, as he just logged out, I believe. Huh. His car was there on pit road, and then it disappeared.
He's back on track.
He's back on track, that's correct.
I'm not really sure what he did. Looks like he took more gas.
Yeah, but if he didn't pit that first time by, which I do not believe he did, he is going to have to, he had the black flag, and he is going to have a hold penalty for that. When you pit in iRacing, under a closed pit condition, after the pit cycle completes, it is a 40-second hold penalty on pit road. Before pit cycle start, it is just an EOL.
Yikes. That's not good for Jacob Black.
That's not good for our points leader. But maybe he did pit first time. I just didn't see it, but I'm almost positive he didn't. But we'll go green here. They go around turn 3 and 4 this time by. And I expect a lot more interesting racing this time by, since their tires have warmed up a little bit. They got a little bit of that fresh rubber off, and they're sticking to the track a little bit better.
Green, green, green.
The green flag is out, and the 00 got a great launch with the 47, but it looks like he short shifted there and lost a little bit of momentum going into turn 1. They are 2 wide going to turn 1. 16 was probably thinking about putting 3 wide, but a little too early. He thought otherwise. We got the 21, another new guy in the series. He's running P5 now. Tell you what, this Arca series has a lot of talent this season, and I am so glad I'm not running the Ethan. They go through turns 3 and 4 here. At 16 and 00, still battling out for second place, something we have seen all race long up to this point. Those guys have been side by side about 90% of the race. That 00 is getting mighty close to that back bumper, the 47. And with these Arca cars, you cannot touch that back bumper. It just does not line up. Start to single file it out. We'll go check back in with the 8, see where he's made his way up to. Wow, he got an EOL, and he is already up to 11th place. That is crazy. I think he's going to pass the number 17 for P10.
Oh, we got a wreck in turn 3.
The yellow flag is out.
We do got a wreck in turn 3, and
It is the 24.
oh, the 24 involved in that one. His front end is all crinkled up. Oh, it looks like the 66 went up into him there. Just from a quick look, we'll go back and rewind that. We'll slow it down for everyone watching at home. Going into turn 1, it's hard to tell if he came down. No, I think definitely 66 came up on him. You think that was the 66 getting tight, or just did not know he was there, Ethan? 22 also involved in that crash.
I was actually watching that right as it happened, and that was definitely him coming up.
Yeah, do you think that was him getting tight, or was that him just not knowing he was there?
I just think that I'm not really sure, but I'm listening to the radio right now. It looks like the 66 is going to get the EOL.
Oh, we have some takers on pit road, and the 47 and 16 stayed out. And we have a lot of cars on pit road. It is a busy pit road this time by. Looks like we have the 21, 35, 36 all coming to pit road. I'm trying to see who else might have came to pit road. Looks like Daryl came to pit road.
It looks like the 24 had to tow.
Oh, that's a tough break. Tow here at Michigan is about a minute and a half. He is for sure going to go at least a lap down. But luckily for him, it didn't happen on lap 50. Happened at lap 10. Plenty of race to get back, and you got to know there can be more caution. This is a tough racetrack to drive in these cars. Or under caution, let me ask you, when it comes to Michigan, which car do you prefer here? Ethan, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Which car do you prefer here at Michigan?
Which car?
Yeah.
Well, that 00 seems pretty fast, and the 95 actually looks kind of fast. And you know what? Don't count out people like Daryl Whitlow, because he was one of those takers on pit road, and now he's up front.
I'm thinking you got to keep your eye out on the number 8. He had an EOL penalty because of that last caution. I'm almost positive. And he has already made his way back up into 5th place. Not to mention, he started 13th and had moved his way up to 6th in 5 laps. Keep a close eye on that 8 car, and keep a close eye on that 2 car as well. We're under caution. Let's go ahead and look at who the biggest mover to this point might be. And it looks like the biggest mover as of right now is the 91 of Tom Girth, up 10 spots already. That's pretty impressive. He's up 10 spots, sitting in P10, so he started in the rear, I believe. That's definitely really interesting right there.
It looks like Matthew Jones was given an EOL penalty.
Yes, the Matthew Jones, I believe, is the 66 machine.
Oh, okay, yeah. It looks like the 24 is still on pit road. Oh, no, he just left pit road. Along with the 22.
So everyone behind the 91, I believe, went to pit road. So it should be interesting to see how these fresh tires come into play, and if we go for a long green flag run, if they come in advantage. I mean, we're about 7 green flag laps on these tires. So it should be really interesting to see if that comes to their advantage, or maybe they don't got to pit again. Maybe they know, hey, you know, I can go 40 plus laps on fuel. I'm good till the end. I don't know if that's the case, but it should be interesting to see if the pacer is going to pull off here. And the 47 and 16, once again, front row, going to get the flag under green.
Green, green, green.
The green flies. You see 16 this time able to get a decent start compared to last time, but he might be doing that out of strategy to tuck behind him as the number 8 is all over Blake's back bumper trying to get him to the front there. They're too wide going through the turn. The number 8 and 20, the number 8 and number 2, my apologies. The number 8 has already got third position. Already
wide
from
on the backstretch.
Already from 5th to 3rd. Go back here to this group of cars. 3 wide, 4 wide entering turn 3. The 00 thinks otherwise. He kind of backs off there a little bit, get out of that mixture. The 32 falling back, and that's those older tires coming into play right there. This 00, he is on fresh tires, and he is on a charge to the front. Speaking of front, we go back to the front.
24. The 24 is pitting for a 15-second penalty.
Ooh, his race is not going the way he wanted. Number 8, this guy is on a move on to P2. He was just given EOL 2 cautions ago. Got put all the way back 20-something place, and he is now up in second place, right on the 47 bumper. How about this? Last week's winner showing why he won last week at Chicagoland.
All right, he's coming off pit road.
We got
He's
3
served
wide
15-second
racing
penalty.
going through the trioval into turn 3. Daryl Whitlow on the outside of that, 00 and 21 on the inside of him. Come out of turn 2, everyone single filed out pretty quickly there. We keep bouncing around. Let's go check on the number 47 here. Our current leader, but I don't know if he can be able to hold his lead too much longer. As this number 8, he is on a tear right now. He gets a massive draft off the 47 going into turn 1. Gonna look down low. Number 8 is riding that yellow line. Something very hard to do here at Michigan. Can't quite get the pass done. I think he's actually gonna lose a spot to the 16 here. Going into turn 3. Number 8's going to clear 16 coming out of turn 4. A little bit of slide job there. Crossover. 16's going to look to the inside now. If I'm the 47, I'm loving this, dude.
Yeah, I would love it too if they were all racing behind me.
Racing hard for position while you got that clean air in front of you. That's
yeah.
every leader's dream in a race like this. No, another guy to keep an eye on, that number 97 of Robinson. He's up a few positions here. He's currently sitting in P6. As I say that, it looks like 00 on the fresh tires. He's going to take that over.
Eight's got to run. Eight's got to run. He's going to the inside.
8 does have a run. You are right. Way down to the grass. He goes through the trial, taking the shortest route around the track. Going into turn 1. These guys are side by side racing.
And he's not going to clear him.
Oh, can't quite get clear there. That 47 is going to side draft him. Going down the backstretch.
He's going to have another shot here in turn 3.
Oh, almost a little bit of contact there. I think the 8 got a little bit tight as he's going to lose some ground to the 47. 16 is going to jump up here.
He's going to try and side draft the 16 to keep him from pulling away. Falls back in line because he's unable to side draft the 16 enough.
Keep your eye out on that 00. He is on about 7 green flag laps worth of racing, fresher tires, and he has moved his way up into 5th place. While these guys are battling out hard.
Got to run again.
That 8 does got to run. It looks like 16's going to look to the inside. Going through 3 and 4. He's not going to be able to clear the 8 or the 47 here. He's going to come out of the turn side by side with the 8 car. That 00 is all over that back bumper of the 95.
That's all the 47 wants to see right now. Second and third, side by side.
Yeah, you're right. But one thing he does not want to see is that car on fresh tires sitting in P5 and closing quickly.
That car in P5, I wouldn't be worried about him right now because he's sitting behind a bunch of other traffic, and if he tries to make any moves like go to the inside, he's just gonna get freight trained from the outside.
16 looks like he might have wore his stuff out. He's starting to fall back and quick.
3 wide on the front stretch.
3 wide on the front stretch. Not too many other tracks can you see that and them have plenty of room to get through there. 3 wide, still going through turn 1.
Wow,
Double Zero is
good
going
for
to
Michigan.
clear the 16 car. Not quite clear the 95.
Single file again.
Mr. James Ray is on a mission to get that lead. These guys kind of single filed out. Let's go check back in with the 9 of Darrell Whitlow, who hasn't had quite the race he wanted. Currently
95
sitting
just pulled
at
a massive
15.
slide job on second place.
As we go back to the battle for the lead, they were for a second 3 wide. A Double Zero on the fresh tires. I believe the 95 might have fresh tires as well because he is on a cruise right now. I'll tell you what, this is some of the
Double
best
Zero to
racing.
second.
This is some of the best racing I have seen in Arca in a while. These are not easy cars to drive on a lot of tracks we drive at, and these last 2 weeks have blown me away by the good side-by-side racing we have had. As the 95 is going to look to the inside of the Double Zero, and the 8 is going to follow for a second, but he's going to dip back behind the Double Zero, try to get his draft going down the backstretch.
Unless if he gets people behind him pushing him, that move's gonna hurt the 95 from the outside lane.
These 6 cars you can put under a blanket.
Wow, this is the best racing I've ever seen. in
This is
Michigan.
some really good racing. You can tell these 6 drivers, they definitely put their practice in for this week. The Double Zero is going to look to the outside here. He's easily going to clear the 47 going into turn 3. Going to have that high lane, his preferred line. He's going to coast off in first place by a good 3 or 4 car lengths here. 3/10 of a second. All in a matter of a backstretch. He got a crazy run.
They're 3
8 was an
wide behind him.
aggressive,
4 wide.
really aggressive crossover there. He's going to cross over back up top. At 47 might have used up his stuff holding these guys off, and he's falling back to P6 in a matter of half a lap. That's crazy how quick things. You be thinking how often they're changing positions. We're at Daytona. You had the leader fall from 1st to 6th in a lap. That's not something you see here in Michigan usually. Usually that's something you see at Daytona.
Oh yeah, especially places like Talladega. Really, not even Daytona. Daytona's just not wide enough for 4 wide.
We got a big bundle of cars back here that I'm seeing. We'll go off this battle with these guys for a bit. Go back in and check with the number 2 of Blake Bingham. He has a 17 and 66 on his rear bumper. This is the battle for 9th. You look right behind him, you got Darrell Whitlow. Looks like he's moved up a couple positions last time I switched over to him. Up 3 spots in the last lap and a half or so.
Looks like the leaders are all starting to space out now. Their tires are starting to age. Cars are harder to handle when they're side by side. Looks like they're starting to calm down a little now.
As we do this, we'll go ahead and look at the last lap time. James Ray was 4/10 quicker than a lot of everyone, and basically everyone else on track. Number 2 is heading to pit road. Wonder if this is a scheduled stop here. The 13 and 24 is also on pit. No, 13 and... Cannot tell who's behind the 13. 13 and 22 are on pit road. That Double Zero, James Ray, is still in the lead. Still pulling about 1/10 of a second faster than anyone else on track. We'll go ahead and we'll look at best lap times for this race so far. And as of right now, that point you would get for the fastest lap is going to go to James Ray by 1/100th of a second. As a 16 has to enter pit road.
So
Caution. Yellow
Caution
flag.
is out.
out.
Michael Gervey looks like he went for a spin. Go back and see if we can't see what happened there. He's coming off of pit road. Oh, and he just stopped. That's very interesting right there. I'm kind of curious what happened. That's definitely what brought out the caution, though. That's interesting. I don't know what happened there. So now this really shakes some things up as I wonder if the 16 was able to stay on the lead lap or not.
Well, another bad break for the 24, as he will not get the lucky dog because of the pit cycles that were starting.
That is correct. But if I was that 24 machine, I would stay out here and get a waiver on. Yes, you're gonna be slower. Yes, you're gonna be on really old tires. But you got to know there's gonna be another caution. And you know he's somewhat good on fuel because he just had to fuel up when he had to tow in.
Yep. In fact, I just heard he is going to stay out.
Jacob Black staying out, trying to get his lap back. Also, an interesting thing we saw last week, I wonder if we'll see this week. Someone stayed out about this time of the race, about halfway through, stayed out and put a lot of people a lap down. As that's exactly what that's what the 6 is doing, but the 6 is a lap down. You see all these lead lap cars come to pit road. 00 has about a 4-car gap between him and the 21, so should be a pretty easy race for him to be able to beat that 21 off of pit road.
It looks like we're going to have 4 or 5 cars here taking the wave around.
The 00 pulls off of pit road, and he would easily beat the 21 machine out. Looks like the 47 stayed out. Interesting call there, because I don't know if he's been to pit road yet. The 47 and the 16 are out on the lead lap.
Oh, no, he didn't stay out. He was just the first one to come off pit road.
The 47?
That's what it's showing me right now.
I don't recall him pitting. We should be 1 to green this time by. I tell you what, though, Ethan, this has been some exciting racing at Michigan. A lot of 2 wide and 3 wide racing, and I mean, for the most part, they've been able to keep it off each other. At what point do you think we're gonna start seeing people pushing the issue a little bit more and maybe causing a caution or putting themselves into the wall? We're down to about 25 to go here.
I'd say now is crunch time. If you mess up now, you can't fix it by the end of the race.
I would have to agree with you to an extent. We have seen some guys come from the rear, the 8 being one of them, come from the rear and make it charge up front in a matter of 2 laps. So I wouldn't say if you make a mistake now, it would doom you, but for sure later on in the race, if you make a mistake, get in a wall, especially if you don't bring a caution out, you kind of kiss your race goodbye.
Well, I mean, now if you get off the lead lap right now, or at least 2 laps down, like Jacob is right now, he is getting the wave around. If you do that right now, there's no coming back on the lead lap. Maybe if there's a green light checker, but I think it all depends.
As these cars, they're barely going to be able to catch up to this field before they go green. But once again, you got the 47 and 16 starting front row with that 00 starting P3. We've seen that quite a bit tonight.
They're wrecking on the front stretch.
I reckon.
Car just got put up in the wall. One of the wave around cars.
Oh, that's crazy.
Green flag.
Green flag is out, though. Caution was not extended, so whoever wrecked, that's a tough break for them. At that 16, he's been really sluggish on the restarts. Something we might see come and hurt him at the end of the race if it comes out of green, white, checkered. That's that number 8, 00, my apologies, is right on that back bumper to the 47. Number 8 possibly going to be making it 3 wide going out of his turn. No, he's going to dip behind the 00. Actually, he's going to get behind the 16 down the backstretch. That 21 is going to look below the 8, though. Going into turn 3. We got 2 wide racing in the front, and we got 2 wide racing for 4th. Ooh, almost contact there between 00 and 47. Ooh, they're almost hitting quite a bit going down the tri-oval. The number 8 was able to pass 21. Number 8 of Dusty Applin in P4. I'll tell you what, Ethan, how impressed you get that 8 able to hold that line like that through the turns, riding the yellow line here at Michigan in Arca cars.
That right in itself is just very, very difficult. In fact, I heard that earlier he was actually flat-footing it through that turn.
Wow.
Absolutely impossible. I'm not sure how he did it.
Wow. This guy definitely has some skill. We'll go back and show the gap of everyone. 16 cars kind of starting to fall off a little bit there. Going through 1 and 2, the 8 and the 16, 2 wide coming out of the turn. 8's easily going to be able to clear your 16 car there. Looks like we got a little bit, good amount of cars back here by the 9 machine of Darrell Whitlow. You got the 113 and the 17 right behind him. Darrell finally getting hang of his track. His caution is out, and the 00's up in the wall. Turn away from the leaders 1 second, and the 00's in the wall. We'll have to go back and look at what happened there. It looks like the 00 looks like he might have got loose all by himself going into the turn. Keep a close eye on his 8. See if he got in the back bumper there. Oh, yep. 8 barely touched that back bumper, and that's all it takes. Luckily, no one else involved. The 95 of Kobe Sutphin barely able to make it through that. We'll actually go on board with Kobe while that's happening. See what he saw through his cockpit. Woo! That's something you do not want to see going through a turn. The car shoot right up the track at you. That's a tough break from 00, and if I'm not mistaken, that 8 car, I believe it's a pass-through penalty at this point, if they are still doing that. What are you hearing on the radio chatter there, Ethan?
It's pretty quiet, to be honest. It's all I know is that Jacob is going to he's pitting for 4 fresh tires, as the 2 is as well, and the 00, and that's about it. It looks like he's gonna try, because he got the waiver on that lap. He's coming in this lap.
Jacob pitting for 4 fresh tires this time by, and looking at the standings right now, Nidec Racing, who is in the points lead, they're, other than Darrell, his guys are not having a race they wanted. Joe Archer currently scored P19. I believe getting a waiver around this time by, he'll be on the back of the lead lap. And Jacob Black definitely not having a race he wants.
I'd say he's on the way up, though. I mean, he's playing a very strategic race right now. Like, very strategic. Like, he's already gotten a lap back. And if there's another caution, he should be the lucky dog. He should be able to get back to 1 lap down. And if there's another caution, he could either take the wave round, or he could be the lucky dog and be on the lead lap again.
We got the scrolling scoreboard. We're going to see here in a second who all is a lap down. I believe the 24 is the only one scored a lap down. So, as I'm looking right now, I do not believe any penalties will be handed out. I'm not, Ethan isn't hearing anything. As I say that, looks like the 8 did get an EOL. But 8 once again gonna have to make his way to the front. I mean, that's a tough break, but he has done it once already.
All right, so it looks like Jacob Black in the 24 is only 2 laps down. He's the only car that he's the lead car that's a lap down.
Oh, so he's 2 laps down. So he was 3 laps down at one point then.
Yep. He took the wave round, and during this caution, he took 4 fresh tires because he knew that there was going to be no wave around.
I'm showing Joe Archer a lap down. So
Joe Archer just got his lap back. He was the lucky dog.
I think he was 2 laps down. I'm still showing him a lap down.
He's not a lap down on my screen. He's 16 seconds behind the pack on the lead lap.
He might be. We'll see. We'll see when it goes green again.
He was the lucky dog candidate anyway because Jacob was 2 laps down and Joe Archer was 1 lap down. So he is on the lead lap.
Gotcha. I'll tell you what, it's gonna make things interesting. The 8 and 00 restart right by each other. Should be interesting to see how that 00 races the 8. When these leaders get single filed out, we'll go back and check in with both those drivers, see how they're running and where they are running. Pace car pulls off. Let's see if the 16th able to get a good jump this time. Green flag is out. We are racing. Looks like 16 got a great jump this time, able to hold door to door with the 47. First time we've seen the 16 be able to hold even with the 47 on a restart.
5 wide on the front stretch.
Wow. Let me guess, that was the 800 that did that.
Yup, it was the 8. He did not waste any time on that restart. He was behind the lap cars and everybody else.
No, he did not. He is already up in P12 from P19 in 1 turn. 21, he's going to look his way into this pack of cars here. We haven't called his name out too much in the top 3. He's been in the top 5. I haven't quite broke that top 3 barrier, but he is there. He is there now, sitting in P2. Battling out with the 16 and the 47. What he's been doing all race, watching these guys battle it out. If I'm the 47 car, I'm doing something differently this time. He had a fallout last green flag run, and it really hurt him. See if he's able to save tires this time. And Daryl, he's made his way up in 7th place. So he's had a great rebound from some troubles earlier. Not really troubles, but maybe figuring out the track.
I would say this is a very solid run for Daryl today. You know, these tracks aren't really his kind of track. He's more of a short tracker, dirt racer. So I'd say he's having a pretty good run.
You guys single file it out. So far,
4 wide.
Looking at the biggest movers.
They're wrecking.
They are wrecking. Number 8 spinning out, getting Daryl involved. Daryl into the wall, missing his tire, and the 36 gets into the back of the 8. And the 91 also involved in that. I went back there just as they were wrecking. Let's go back and see if we can't see what happened there. 8 trying to make his way back up to the front. Oh, looks like he got a little bit of help from the 113 there. 113 drifted up ever so slightly. And then the 36 just comes in, had nowhere to go. We'll go cockpit view with the 36 of Ryan Simone. One of the youngsters we got here tonight. Cockpit view. Oh, yeah, 36 just could not see him. I believe that was the 113 that crossed over right in front of him, and the 36 just could not see the 8 was still up there. I'm hoping.
Okay, so now it's showing the 22 of Joe Archer that he's a lap down.
I'm hoping the 9 did not have the toe. I'm in his cockpit view right now, and he had the front tire sticking through the hood. This is a replay view, though. Yeah, unfortunately, I believe the 9 had the toe. Oh, that's a tough break for the 9 Daryl. He was running in the top 10. Hey,
that said, he was having a solid run, and you know what? I think I cursed him.
The old commentator's curse, man. The commentator curse.
1 turn later, he was wrecked.
We got some takers on pit road here.
looks like Jacob Black is going to stay out to become the car one lap down now.
He won't get a wave around. Too many leaders stayed out. We do got a lot of takers here. It looks like the first car not pitting is the P6 machine. Number 42 car of Thomas Stanley. We haven't called his name out too much. And right now, sitting in P3, you got Cecil Giberson up 14 positions. So if he's able to ride it out and finish, top 5, he'll get that bonus point for your biggest mover of the race. As the 00, he's going to be restarting P4 this time. So a lucky caution there. As keep an eye on that 42. That's going to be our marker on who's the last guy to stay out. I say that. I believe the 113.66 did as well. So 95 and 97 will be your first cars on fresh tires. Oh, I'm not gonna read that comment out, but someone else on YouTube says this is why this is Arca. That's for sure.
All right, so I just heard some chatter on the radio. It was from the admins. They were saying that they can't really blame that wreck on any specific person, so nobody's getting the EOL. So all they're asking is the drivers to give a little more.
Yeah, that's a tough wreck to really fault on anyone. I mean, it's just 3-wide race, and it looked like the 113 might have got a little bit tight, gotten into 8. But, I mean, that's just Michigan racing in Arca for you. But once again, the 8 will be starting from the rear. That's something he has done multiple times tonight. He has made it very interesting to start the race off. Let's do something a little different here. Let's go ahead and keep a watch on the 8 this time after we restart this race. We'll go ahead and watch him through 1 and 2. We'll go back and look at the leaders after he gets out of 1 and 2 and see how he gets through this traffic.
All right, so it looks like the 9 of Darrell Whitlow's one lap down. The 13 of Michael Gervey is one lap down. Jacob Black is one lap down, and I mean that's about it.
Yeah, Nidic Racing not having a good night tonight. All 3 of their drivers currently sitting just outside. Both 19th or lower in the race tonight. So we're about to go green here. We're gonna keep an eye on this 8 car. Something we usually don't do here in a broadcast booth, but he has been making some very interesting moves on the restarts. Oh, as the grease goes green, he gets hit from behind. As the race went green, someone tagged him from behind. We'll go ahead and go to the 47 car, who was your leader. He was able to pull in front of the 16 on that restart, and here's the 00 once again.
Looks like Jacob Black is going to try. Oh, they're wrecking on the backstretch.
Caution, yellow flag.
Caution is out.
Caution is out yet again here at Michigan.
Looks like Darrell Whitlow will be the lucky dog candidate.
Did you catch who that was?
Right in front. I think it was the 113. But it looks like the 9 is the lucky dog candidate, as the 24 was right behind him as the wreck happened.
They were 4 wide coming off that turn, and there was nowhere for the 113 to go. I mean, you can't. I mean, if they chalk that up anything but a racing is instant, that's gonna be insane. Because 4 wide coming off of this turn, 42, 21, 113, 4 wide racing, and just nowhere for really anyone to go.
Okay, so Jacob Black is going to get back on the lead lap. He is back on the lead lap now as I speak, as he is taking the lucky dog right now.
I tell you what, I think the only other guy other than Jacob, absolutely astonishingly happy this caution came out, was that 8 car. We're gonna try to go back and watch what happened to the 8 there to restart the race. I'm not able to get it. There we go. Alright, never mind. I'm unable to get what happened there with the 8 car.
Okay, so I think what happened with the 8 car, I saw it. I'm not really sure what happened. I think he got side by side with somebody, and they weren't really giving that much space.
Here we go. I got it right here. We'll go ahead and watch this restart. It looks like the 13 of Michael Gervey just tried jumping the start a little bit too much and just barely got an 8 car. 8 getting loose and unable to save it as they're coming to the green flag.
24 just passed the pace car. He's taking the lucky dog. He will be back on the lead lap.
That 8 car, he has not had an easy night tonight. If he somehow ends up top 3, man, I'm going to have a fun interview with him. He has had probably the most. He has probably passed the most cars I've seen in an Arca race. In MDOT, he has went from rear to front, like multiple times, at least 3 times now. And it's about to start getting really dicey. We are going to go green with, I believe, 8 laps to go here. And this is the time when people start making mistakes. Grim Reaper rooting on the 4 machine of Mr. Harden. Harden not having the best night. You got another fan in here, Mr. Harden. And yeah, let's go 4. We go check in on the 4, running that mellow yellow paint scheme from Days of Thunder. I always love seeing that paint scheme on track. Every time I see a paint scheme on track, I always think, did you put your special tires on? If you've seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about. Darrell Whitlow's coming down pit road. Stephen Wood saying, let's go Ryan Simone. Ryan Simone currently running in 11th place. We'll go check in on him. Running a nifty little Logitech orange and blue paint scheme. Dang, 4, you got quite a few fans in here. Jackson Droz also saying, let's go 4.
Okay, so the 24 is now back on the lead lap. He's at the tail end of the pack, as he has been given the EOL for being the lucky dog. Looks like the 95 just came off pit road, too.
We got a couple fans of the 4 in here. But they're going around turn 3, about to enter turn 4. Once they exit it, we will be going green once again. So far, we've had 5 cautions. I foresee another one coming, especially as they start getting racy here. As the 16, 00, and 47 have been putting on a show all night long. See the 16 get a good jump this time. He's not able to get quite the jump. The 47 gets caution. It's already out. Looks like the 2 car is spun out. Blake Bingham missing his whole front bumper there. Looks like the 8 just tried jumping the start and just barely clipped the back end too. Ethan, I don't.
4 has a lot of right side damage. His right side tires hanging off the axle.
Oh, yeah, the 4 creamed the 2 car there. I tell you what, Ethan, that 8 car is not making any friends tonight.
Oh, no way. I mean, he's just been pretty aggressive. If I was another driver in the field, I'd probably talk to him tonight. I mean, it's okay to be aggressive, but you know, I think he's trying. And there's nothing wrong for trying. Nothing wrong for trying. But I think
we'll call him the Dale Earnhardt. All right, we'll call him the Dale Earnhardt of Arca this season.
I mean, I'd say Kyle Larson to be honest,
What?
because Kyle Larson's pretty aggressive, and I'm sure Kyle Larson. Well, Kyle Larson has done things like that, but you know,
No.
he's just got to keep his aggressiveness.
I need a new
Just-
co-broadcaster. No. If anything, we'll call him Kyle. I think you meant Kyle Busch. All right.
Okay, Kyle Busch. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch is the only other person that's done that.
We'll call him Dusty Kyle Busch Applin. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But one
yeah.
thing I might mention tonight is that something the not admins, my bad, the team owners, they keep an eye out on. Yeah, me being team owner myself, I want someone that's good, but I also want someone I know is gonna race clean. Because once you get up to Xfinity and trucks, I think trucks are zero faster, but once you keep going up the ladder, you're gonna have less and less faster players. So you're not gonna want someone on your team causing issues. So when they cause issues, you as a team owner hear about it, and that's not fun. But I mean, something like that's definitely something a lot of team owners are keeping an eye out on here tonight. I'm not saying he's a bad driver. Is he aggressive? Yes, but I mean, if you ask me, being aggressive is kind of how you get some wins in iRacing. You gotta be a little bit aggressive.
I mean, the question really is with the 8 car is, do you want to win or do you want to wreck? And you know what? That's a perfect mentality if you ask me. That's the difference between a consistent points driver and a driver who wins.
All right. Well, I just popped up the text chat. So interesting turn of events as Dusty was removed from the server, and the 4 car of Chase Harden, I believe is the 4, said, "I'm done for the race." I wouldn't say so, Chase. Still got a lot of racing left. You got some quick fixes to go. So interesting calls there with him getting removed from the server.
Looks like Chase Harden still has his wheel hanging off his car. He might come down pit road this time. I'm not sure. So, yeah, the 4 is coming down pit road this time.
I mean, as we are under caution about to go green, we might do it at... Whoa, shoot. Might do it after. We'll pull an admin in here and talk to him about that decision to remove from server, because they don't do it too often. I mean, Dusty, if you go back and watch it for now, I'm not trying to trash talk you. I mean, stuff happens. You don't have a good race. You start making mistakes. You start getting flustered. You start overdriving your car. I've been there. I've done that in Arca. I mean, it happens. I did that.
Fair,
I
I've
did.
done that too.
I did that at Road America. I started getting flustered and overdrive my car. Like, you know what? I'm parking it. I'm not ruining someone else's race. I'm spinning out too much. I'm done. So I mean, it happens, man. You always got next race to rebound. Hopefully, you stay in the league, dude. You're a hell of a driver. Love watching the race. You make some interesting battles. But this tonight wasn't your night, man.
Yeah, I hate to see people's nights end like that. But, you know, hopefully next week he'll have a better run.
If they get ready to go green flag racing once again here at Michigan, 6 to go this time by. And I think it's coming down to these 3 cars we've seen up front all day: 00, the 47, and the 16.
3 wide, front stretch.
3 wide front stretch. They're going 2 wide, almost door to door, banging, going into turn 1. They're 3 wide going through the turn towards the back of the field.
Jacob Black in the 24 has made his way into the top 10 already.
Jacob Black is on a roll. I have not had a good race. I've been stuck laps down, but guess what? Now it's my time to shine. We'll go back and look at the 24 machine as he is hauling through the field. Already up to P8 from P19 when the green flag flew. Looking inside to the 85, trying to take over P7.
I would be worried, though, because the same guy that came up is now right behind him.
Caution, yellow flag.
Caution is out on track. The 36 seems to be turned around there. That's Ryan Simone. Go back and take a look what happened there as the 95 and 13 both involved in that wreck. You see him rolling down the track there. Oh, it looks like the 42 got into the 9, I believe. Well, I'm seeing. Oh, dang it.
Nidec Racing has just not really had the best night tonight. I mean, I don't know why I just said Speed Demon Motorsports, but, you know.
As we see the 42 definitely coming down on the 9 right there. Those two getting collected. Not seeing any damage on the 9. So it looks like the 9 got through that with no... As I say that, he gets hit hard by the 42. Still no damage, though. You see the 95 involved in that. Let's see what the 13 plays in factor. As I say that, he just wham! Right in the back end of the 95. Tears that front end up.
I'm just going to surrender my opinion. I thought that because of how big this track was, there wouldn't be any cautions like the last Arca race that was run at Old Michigan. But I've been proven wrong. I mean, it doesn't matter really how big the track is. There was only 2 cases where the caution didn't come out because people spun off the racing surface.
I mean, you got to take this into fact. All right, 1, Michigan, not an easy track by any means in these Arca cars. 2, you got a bunch of guys who have probably never raced around each other before, maybe a couple times in officials. And 3, this is the 3rd race of the season, so they're still learning, hey, who's my friend, who's my enemy, who can I race clean, who do I race like a complete jerk, basically. And that's what it comes down to. It's this the time they're figuring it out.
Yeah, I mean, when we were racing in Arca, back when we were doing Old Michigan, it was like the 3rd to last race of the season, I think. 2nd to last, I'm not sure. But
yeah,
everybody knew each other by that point, and the race actually went green the whole way. And I think I remember finishing 6th or something. But yeah,
while we're under
it was
caution,
a relatively uneventful race.
Yeah, while we're under caution, we'll pull Corey down here and get an admin perspective on what happened with the 8 there. Hey, what's going on, Corey? I think Ethan in the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, hey, what's going on?
Hey, man, we just pulled you down here just to get the viewers on insight on what exactly was the decision-making with 8 getting removed from the server. I saw he got removed there.
Yeah, it's it was unfortunate, and I can't really be the one to to go over it too much. It's it's always a group decision.
Yeah.
Week in and week out, we kind of we look for certain things.
Well,
when people are driving.
can I interrupt you there? Does him get removed have to do something with that 3-strike rule you guys have affecting Arca? I know you didn't give him a pass through the second time, but I know in the rulebook it states, first time's EOL, second time's a pass through, third time you're parked for the race. Is that kind of what that fell under? Okay.
Yeah, I mean that is ultimately what it did fall under. I mean, we also kind of there's other things that we look for too. I mean, how aggressive are people driving? I mean, these are long races, and that's one thing that a lot of people just don't quite comprehend correctly, at least at first, and that's why everybody starts out off in Arca. But it's a long race where there's times to be aggressive and there's times to back off. It's always a give and take, and we kind of look specifically to find people that kind of take too much. Because when you're taking too much, it's it can hurt the racing for everybody involved.
Well, it was kind of like, hey, racing aggressively, we're gonna park you, come back next week, cool it down a little bit.
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
gotcha.
no, and I mean he's on one of my sister teams. Honestly, great driver.
Heck of a driver, hell of a driver.
Top 10, if not even top 5. Honestly, most of the time when I see him running, I feel like he's always top 5. Dude, it's one of those things we all.
He made his way from the rear like 4 different times.
Oh my god, yeah, and they were great runs. Great,
yeah.
Like the kid can drive and he is super fast. So super excited to have him with us. He is on one of the sister teams. So it's always a it's always a good thing, and we're looking for that as well as a bunch of other stuff. But some good racing tonight. Been a little too many cautions, but pretty good.
Yeah, I might pull him in after I'm done doing all the interviews and talk to him, see what he felt and what he feels like he can probably do differently. But I don't know if you're able to pull yourself back up, but we're about to go green flag racing again.
All right, good luck, man. Thanks.
No problem. All right, that's just giving everyone an insight view on what goes through the admin's chat room while they're talking about the race, and kind of group decision there. But we're about to go green with our first green-white checkered attempt, I believe. This ain't the first green-white checkered. It is the free one they get, and you get
Green
2
flag,
here
green
in
flag.
MDOT. As a 00 will be on the outside lane this time. 16 to be on the inside. Let's see if that helps them out here going into turn 1. Be interesting.
24 jumping to the outside of the 97.
Yeah, keep an eye on that 24 machine. He was fast earlier on. Hanging out on that outside lane there. Gonna be pushing it probably 3 wide coming out of the turn as they're bumping and banging in front of him. The 00 into the wall. That's gonna take him out of contention for this race. Unfortunately, he had an amazing race going on. They're 2 wide going through this turn.
3 wide going into 3.
21 up in this picture now. We haven't seen him really battle out for the lead.
4 wide. 4 wide. Oh, they're wrecking. They're wrecking.
They're
One
wrecking,
down
but
to the
white
infield.
flag came
5
out.
wide. Oh, they are wrecking big on the front stretch.
We will go back and take a look at that. White flag is out. These 3 will battle it out for the win. 16 to 21 and the 47. 47 gets a great lead off of that turn 2 exit there. Looks like the 47 machine is going to pull away and win this race, and the battle is for third. See the 21 get in the back. Number 16 get a little loose on entry there. Coming out of turn 4, 21 looking down low. Who's going to get there for P2? It's going to be the 16 by a nose. The 47 of Skylar Carnes wins the race, followed by Johnny Bruck and Bobby Palisic. I cannot say half these guys' names in this league right now. Go away. Let's go back and see what happened with that wreck Ethan was talking about. They were wrecking a lot. What started that wreck? Do you remember?
Well, I think what started it was they were 4 wide.
Nope.
Or are you talking about the first wreck?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Um,
Here we go.
I think something's wrong with my replays. I can't really go back.
Nope.
That's the problem.
Here's Daryl Whitlow crashed towards the end of the race. Wow, yeah, they were wrecking a ton. I saw the 2 was involved in that. Well, look at
Yeah, I mean they didn't really get to the start, I think, or the restart.
go on board with the 2 here. They are 4 wide in front of him. You'll see exactly what caused this wreck to start back here. See number 2 go down low on the apron as the 66 kind of blinked out there. Oh, the 85 and 22 to get into it. 2 goes up and barely misses the 6 car. And Daryl Whitlow just rams right into the front end of that 2 machine of Blake Bingham. Let's not take away from the fact the 47 of Skylar Carnes won the race. We'll fast forward to a little victory burnout he does. Oh,
Wow, the 47-1. That's a good day right there.
I always like watching these little burnouts while we're doing interviews.
Well, any day where you win's a good day.
We wait for some of these guys to get into the booth as Bobby, how do you say his last name? Finish P3, we'll go ahead and pull him up. Hey, what's going on, Bobby?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, first and foremost, how the heck do you say your last name?
It's pastel and then lac.
Pastelek.
Close, but it's pastel lac, like pastel.
I'm not even gonna try. I'm gonna call you Bobby.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
But anyway, man, what a race, dude. I know for the most part you were sitting in the top 10. They moved up to the top 5. What was going through your head in that final lap when you saw like contact between the 47 and 00?
Man, James is probably the best racer I've ever raced against on iRacing. So really, it opened up a lane for me to kind of even have a chance to win. So I want to just shout out James. He's probably the greatest I've ever raced against.
Gotcha, man. Um, coming towards that white flag, dude, what do you think you could have done differently to try to reel in that 47 or even a 16 for another spot there?
I mean the biggest thing for me is I feel like I had newer tires. I don't know how accurate that is, but I feel like I pitted and I was also saving fuel. So maybe if I didn't save as much fuel, I would have been a little lighter and could have got a better run off of two and made it into three better. But really, it's like I mean, you know this and watching it, it's a momentum track. So you get that bad run off of two, you might as well just throw the race away. So I was fine with a bronze medal, but 21 made it or 16 made it an interesting little battle to second. But other than that, like there's not much I could have done after getting that terrible entry into one and terrible exit off of two.
Gotcha, man. You definitely podium finish is always fun, but I know every time we hop in that simulating seat, we like to get that gold medal. But I believe this is your first race with us. I might be wrong. I don't remember you racing Chicagoland, but if it is your first race, P3 is one heck of a way to introduce yourself into MDOT.
Yeah, I mean, I heard of y'all through Chris Watkins, and I've been looking for a league. The Cacti B-Blaze Vintage Chevrolet was quick. Definitely could have made that, like I said, the first turn better there, but you can't be mad. Like it's overall, it was a fun, clean race up at the front at least, and really that's all you can ask for your first race in a new league. And I know there's an off week next week, but Martinsville should be pretty interesting. It looks like these guys can run clean and close, so it should be a very exciting race.
Martinsville should be very interesting with the packs these Arca cars are. All right, man, I'm gonna drag you out of here. Congrats on the P3. Actually, before I drag you, you don't mind asking more questions. How long have you been iRacing for?
Man, well, I've been iRacing regularly since March of 2020. I signed up a couple years ago and was using a controller, believe it or not,
Oh
just to kind
Lord.
of yeah, like it's a long story. Next time Chris gets an interview, he can tell you about our past, our good past on Gran Turismo and PS3 and 4. So it's I've been racing for about a year and a half now, but I still have a lot to learn. So hopefully I can improve and get better and talk to you as the winner, not third place.
All right, man. Once again, congrats on third place, dude.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go ahead and pull in our second place finisher, Johnny Brugg. What's going on, Johnny? Johnny, you there? Hello?
Is he there?
No, we'll have to check with him later. We'll go ahead and pull in our winner, Skylar Carnes. What's going on, Skylar?
What's going on, gentlemen?
Man, what a dominating race by, I think you let it get a majority of laps. Talk us through what happened there. There was a point in the race where you had fallen back from first place to sixth place. What had happened there during that race where you fell back basically 6 positions in half a lap?
That was all a part of the strategy. I fell back to where Johnny and I could both be back on the inside since Johnny and the 16 and I are teammates. We decided, we saved fuel together. We followed each other and just did everything right. It was about time for us to pit because we stayed out the whole entire time on old tires where everybody else pit on lap 12. We stayed out till as much as we could, saved fuel as best as we could. And so I realized, these guys are on better tires than I am. I can only hold them off for so long. I need to let them go. I need to get on that inside line so that way we can make our pit. And whenever we went down to pit road, we got blessed with that caution. So it all played out perfectly there.
Yeah, I was almost wondering that because you guys were out in the lead. I did not realize y'all had pitted. I think y'all pitted right when that caution came out. I've been in your shoes like that, Texas. Real quick, how long have you been iRacing for?
I've been on iRacing since June of 2019, so for about 2 years now.
Oh, okay. So that's about as long as I've been on here. Yeah, man, you're really good.
Gotcha, man.
Thank you. Yeah, Johnny Brugg and I, we're both from NTRL, No Toads Racing. I know Gary Sargent's an admin and big a part of this league. We actually run in his league. Johnny was the champion of NTRL last season. he won 6 out of the 12 races, and I joined halfway through the season and won 3 out of the 6 I did. So we definitely he's freaking fast, and ever since I've hooked up with Johnny, we've just been working together and learning strategy together and just been racing each other hard. I was hoping we could do it, more at the end there, have a double wide finish at the line, but just couldn't do it.
Gotcha, man. What was going through your head? I know you and the 00, unfortunately, I looked like y'all had a little bit of contact with 2 to go. What was going through your head when that battle was going on after that restart?
After that restart, I didn't know what happened at 00. I didn't get any 0x or anything. I thought Johnny or we might have took the air off of him or something, and he got loose. I felt bad for him because his race was ended, because then we could have had a really good finish at the end. Had a 3 wide battle possibly. It was really good. But I know once Johnny got back on my inside going into 3 and 4, I knew, all right, it's basically going to be an NTRL finish. Here we go again. Johnny Bruggs, Skylar Carnes all over. I just got lucky going in the 1 and 2. I had the preferred line of that high line, arcing it down and hitting that apex on that groove, the second groove up in 1 and 2, and I just got a beautiful run off, and from there it was in the books.
All right, man. Well, I'm almost positive, just like I told 21. I believe all 3 of you guys in the top 3. I believe this is y'all's first race ever here in MDOT, and what a way to make yourselves known here in MDOT, finishing 1, 2, 3 as new guys. And this is not an easy track to drive on in these Arca cars by any means.
Oh no doubt, it is definitely not a easy track to drive on. This is Johnny Bruggs' home track. So if you want somebody that knows his track inside and out, it's him. I just watched what he did and tried to replicate it.
Now,
It's a tough track to save tires too.
yeah. Now, going back to Johnny, unfortunately, he hopped out of the podium finish. I want to ask him this. What do you think was his downfall in the restart? So I think only one restart he was able to keep up with you there on the restart. Other than that, you had just checked out. Were you just gassing at the right time, or was he just misshifting, or what was going on there?
I know since the restarts are on green, it's all about reaction time for the restart. So I'm waiting for as soon as I can process that little green dot hitting to go. So it's all on the reaction time. If we had it to where it was up to leader's discretion once the pace car hit pit road, him and we would have had time to restarts all night long, because I would have told him when I was going, and then we would have just took off if that were the case. But I think I was just getting to it a little bit better than what he was tonight. But at some tracks, he's the same way. With me, he'll beat me on restarts all night long.
Gotcha. Now, with how many cautions there were, with you basically starting P1 almost every time, did that somewhat play an advantage coming to the last couple of cautions, knowing where you were at on track comparison when the green flag flew?
It definitely did, because I know, hey, all these other guys behind me are going to have to burn their stuff a lot more. And if I just hold off for a little bit while I'm still saving tires, to have them at the end, that I'm going to be a little bit better. Because after my first pit cycle, my tires were at an 80% and 89 right rear, 80 right front. So Johnny and I both saved really well on that first stint, and we knew we could do it again to get enough tire for the very end, because everybody else that was fast was going to have to push to get back up to us while we're still saving. So by the time they get back up to us, we're about at equal tire. Now it's all about who can run the track better.
All right, man. Well, once again, congrats on winning this race here at Michigan. I know we're off for a week. On to Martinsville we go, dude. Good luck there.
Well, thanks, buddy.
Hey, if you want to give a couple shout outs, go ahead and give a couple shout outs.
Will do. I just want to thank Pezdaz for making this beautiful 47 Trey Carnes Designs Pontiac Grand Prix. I want to thank you guys for putting on the broadcast tonight. It's been a good one. I've been tuning in and out. I want to thank anybody who rooted for the 47 and 16 tonight. Definitely want to thank all my boys over in NTRL. And thank you to Johnny Brugg for pushing my ass like always.
All right, man. We'll hopefully catch you next time, dude.
All right, thanks, buddy.
All right, let's try once again to get to number 16 of Johnny in here. If we can't get it going, we'll end our stream and broadcast here tonight. Hey, what's going on, Johnny? Got a copy this time? We'll try one more time. Johnny, you there?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yep, we can hear you now, dude.
Yep, loud and clear.
All right, sorry about that.
All good, man. All right, first question I got for you, man. I kind of asked the 47 this, but I got to ask from your point of view. What do you think your weak point was on the restarts? It seemed like all but one. Seemed like that 47 got a way better jump than you did.
Oh well, I'm not sure if you're unaware. 47 is my teammate, so
Yeah.
I was trying to get him in front of me. Except for that last green white checkered, that's when we said, "Hey, gloves are off," raced it out at the end, and he did a really good job sending it into one harder than I did, and it stuck. So
Gotcha, man. Like I told the 47-21, almost positive this is your first race here in MDOT. Coming with the P2. Coming to that green white checker and going through those 2 laps, do you think there was anything you could have done differently to get your nose in there to that 47 and be a contender to win the race?
well, I made my move when I wanted to. I got to his inside. It was really coming down to that last lap, turn 1. I think I could have drove it in harder and used a little more brake, but I had my teammate outside of me. I wasn't gonna try and risk that and take him out and ruin the race for both of us. I was happy with P1 and P2 for us, so I didn't want to ruin his race, and he deserved the win.
So what you're saying is, had it not been a teammate, you might have sent it in there a little harder.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
What happened to all the gloves being off?
All right, to an extent.
All right, man. That's what we got to ask you. What team do y'all drive for in Arca?
Brand new team. We are Rocket Skylord Racing, RSR.
So first race as a team, y'all come up 1-2. That got to feel good.
I like the name.
Thank you. It's our nicknames. Nicknames we earned in another league.
All right, man. Well, congrats on the P2. Something I'm gonna ask you and ask the other guys. How do you feel going to Martinsville in these Arca cars?
Ooh, I didn't know Martinsville is next on the schedule. That's gonna
Not next week. All series are off for next week. So 2 weeks from now, it's the next race.
Yeah, I didn't know that was the next race. That's gonna be interesting in the Arca cars because you really can't bump too much without spinning each other out with the Arca cars. Plus, we had a lot of cautions today at Michigan, so I can only imagine it's going to be a few more at Martinsville unless we can race a little less aggressive and keep it together.
I wouldn't say not only can you not bump there, correct me if I'm wrong, both Ethan and Johnny, you can't really get on the gas there coming out of the turns.
Well, I mean, you can get on the gas if you're brave enough.
Are you brave enough?
You got to be turning right hard enough. Otherwise, you're spinning.
All right, man. Well,
Yeah.
Martinsville should be a very interesting race. If you ask me, these are the toughest cars to drive there when it comes to the NASCAR series. So it should be really interesting here in a couple of weeks. Very fun race broadcast, and hopefully y'all get a long green flag running.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for too. Thanks for broadcasting, guys.
All right, no problem. All right, so like I told him, next week there will be no racing in MDOT. But following next week, we will be live here at Martinsville. There is one more race before we take a break for our week-long, I think of Labor Day. I get it mixed up. Labor Day break we got here in MDOT, and that is tomorrow night at 9. Our Cup Series will be racing in Indiana for 100 laps. Make sure y'all tune in for that race. That should be a really fun race to watch. And then coming back from that break, Arca and Xfinity will be live Monday at 9 for Xfinity. It'll be me in the booth Thursday at 9. Both races will be at Martinsville. Make sure y'all tune in for that. In the meantime, y'all stay safe. Please have a safe Labor Day weekend. Do not drink and drive. Everyone come home safely. Appreciate every one of y'all tuning in.